everybody. Welcome to Jump Stop Live, brought to you by FitAid, Monte, Poole, and Kerith, Burke here in the Warriors team store. Let's add it up, how the Warriors conclude 2022. Okay, right now they have a 19-18 record, okay? What? They're above 500.
First time since December 10th.
They are 16-2 at home. They are 4-0 on this homestand. In fact, this is the first 4-game win streak of the season. How they won this game was a roller coaster. It was like this, and then it was like, it was like this, and then they won at the end. I mean, they overcame, the Trailblazers had a 40-point third quarter, and then the Warriors defense held them to a 16-point fourth quarter. What did you think of the finish?
Amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm writing in case they win, and I'm also writing in case they lose, because you know they had the 18-point lead in the first half. They're down by 11 in the third quarter.
Yeah, a massive
and so you're not sure where this is going to go. But as the fourth quarter unfolded, you saw the Warriors defense arrive. Mm-hmm. It wasn't there in the third quarter. It arrived, and it's like, okay, this could be going toward the Warriors, because we saw it happen 2 nights ago against Utah. They held the Jazz to 13 points in the fourth quarter, and tonight they held the Blazers to 16 in the fourth quarter. So it's just, you can talk all you want about, you know, Jordan Poole's 41 points and Klay's 31 points, but they don't win this game unless they lock down in the fourth quarter, which is what they did 2 games in a row. That's impressive.
We haven't talked about the Warriors' defense necessarily in an extremely positive light a lot this season.
Well, because of games like tonight where it was atrocious and then it was great.
Yes, 48 minutes of defense, guys, but no, but to lock it down to get the W.
At winning time, yes. Yeah. That's huge. And so if you stay in a game and then in the fourth quarter you find a way to dig in and just not let the opponent score
I got you.
at the will they were scoring at in the first 3 quarters maybe, then you can win the game. And that's what they did the last 2 games. So, I mean, Utah's a solid team. Blazers a solid team. They both came in here with winning records, which the Warriors did not have against either one of them. And the Warriors found a way to win because the very thing we said they had a hard time doing on the road, closing games. Maybe they found it's at home.
It's at home.
It's at home. They haven't gone on the road yet. But when you can close games like this at home, there is a sense that you can probably start to bottle that and take it on the road.
Yeah, Jordan Poole's game tonight, 41 points. That's 2 off of his career high, the most made field goals, he had 5 threes, most free throws, most assists in the game. He had 7 turnovers, but we let it go. It's Jordan's game. You want him handling the ball. And in fact, we want to hear from Jordan Poole after this one.
Hi, Jordan. Steve credited you guys for just the defensive intensity down the stretch to make this happen and to have that kind of fourth quarter, and it led to some big offensive plays as well. What keyed that?
We had a pretty energetic timeout in the second half. Coach basically told us we need to play harder, we need to compete more, and we went out there and did just that.
Does that energy start with everybody who's bought into playing better defense? I mean, Draymond leading the way, but Kuminga and others have really bought into being better defensive players?
Yeah, it's just a sense of urgency. Luckily, we were at home and we were able to feed off the energy in the crowd. But just find a ways to just find it inside you, to win games and lock in and just play together and execute down the stretch offensively, defensively, and then just find ways to win games.
Jordan, when you look at your 41 points, what stands out the most to you? Because it was clearly an efficient night from the field and from the three-point line as well.
Yeah, I missed a couple easy ones that I would like to have back. But just playing through the offense, shout out to my teammates for looking for me, getting me open, trusting me to make the right play, but also just being able to go out there and be aggressive, all night. And, we just keyed in on the offensive end, and we picked it up on the defensive end later in the game. And it was a team effort, total team effort. Donte played huge. Klay played huge. Ty played huge. JK and everybody. Moses came in and gave us a good minute. So in the league, it's a long season, and everybody's a good team. So you got to just find ways to just grit it out at the end and continue to keep going.
Draymond talked about the momentum of Ty Jerome's big defensive stop at the end of the third quarter there. Like, you could see how hyped all you guys were about that. Kind of what does that do for you guys? And walk me through your guys' emotions right there.
I was just really good defense. I want to say that was the end of the third quarter. Yeah, end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, we're getting the ball coming out of the break, and we're just feeding off the energy. You know, we know that Ant's a really good shot creator, and he's a big part of their offense. So being able to have Ty just come in and just lock in and lock down on that last possession gave us a really good boost going into the fourth. And little small things like that, especially later in the game, you find ways to just give you some sense of motivation and kind of run with it and find ways to close the game out.
You guys have had a few gritty wins here, and now you're on a 4-game winning streak, which is your longest one of the season. Does this team feel different now than maybe like a week ago when you guys were in New York and kind of struggling on that road trip, and how so? Or what's different with this team now?
It's a long season, you know, and our goal is just to play the best basketball at the right time. And we won 4 games in a row, so just trying to find the momentum. Like I said, use any sense of motivation that you can find, just to continue to lock in and, you know, push yourself, not only yourself but your teammates as well, and just grit out wins. You know, like I said, everybody's a good team, and we have confidence in who we are, and we know what we're capable of with our players, with our new guys, and guys are starting to fit in and find their roles. And it's all coming together. It's all coming together. Of course, we're at home and we have a lot of energy. I have a lot of confidence that we'll be able to do it on the road as well. But just one game at a time. Just find a way to try to come on top with a win.
Jordan, you dropped a couple 40-point games the past couple of weeks. Do you feel like I don't know, it's kind of slowing down for you? Just the game, and like you're able to make quicker decisions out there, or do you feel like something's changed?
No, just playing my game.
Yeah, I saw you high-fiving Debo earlier this week. Do you know him at all?
Debo Samuels?
Yeah, Debo Samuels. Yeah. Do you know him at all, and like, what's it like knowing Bay Area sports is up right now? Both you guys, you know, on win streaks.
Yeah. First of all, shout out to Debo, man. He's tremendous athlete. We just be chopping it up, you know, just, you know, kind of Bay Area love. But I'm a fan, you know, and anybody who's out there who works as hard as he does and as positive as he is, you just try to support guys like that, you know, and especially just seeing him come and be courtside and him interacting how he does. You know, I hit his hand in the game, telling him to turn me up. So it is good to kind of, you know, bring the whole Bay Area together, not only for the Warriors, but for all of our teams. And, you know, especially the last 4 years I've been here, just try to go and support as best I can, because we need stuff like that. We need moments like that. And as a Bay Area, we're united and got to keep the good mojo going.
All right, guys, so a little love for Debo Samuel and the Niners right there. The Niners haven't lost a game since October 23rd, but we got to get this back to the Warriors here. So 41 points for Jordan Poole, 31 for Klay Thompson. So math indicates they combined for 72.
Boom.
That's a big deal. They play well next to each other, and they're happy for each other.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the case of Klay, you know, he had a couple of rough games for him, you know, and so he got off to a great start. You know, he made I think 4 of his first 5 shots. Jordan got off to a great shot. So when you see Klay and Jordan get off to a great start, you're not
Together,
sure.
overlapping, yeah.
You're not sure, okay, at some point it's going to come back to earth. And it never totally did. But what happened instead was that the defense in the middle quarters kind of got left behind, not just for those two guys, but for the entire Warriors team for the most part. But 72 points from your starting backcourt, that sounds very much like the Steph-Klay kind of thing, where it's something that they would do. But Jordan obviously has that potential to do that on a regular basis. You know, he can be a 30-point-a-night scorer in this league if he's playing 35, 36 minutes a game. So right now the Warriors have 3 guards. One of them is injured, obviously, Mr. Curry, but they have 3 guards who can go off and get 30 or 40 on a given night.
whether Jordan Poole will be a starter in this league, whether he'll be a starter
He will
soon.
be at some point.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, if he played for any other team, he would be a starter. As it stands with the Warriors, when there aren't any injuries, he's behind Klay. That's
Yeah,
the thing. But
I mean-
Jordan keeps making a case.
Yeah, there's maybe a couple of teams in the league that he wouldn't start for. I mean, Phoenix, he's not going to take Devin Booker's spot, and Chris Paul is the point guard. He's not going to do that. So, but on this team, he's playing a lot of minutes. He's getting a lot of points. He's getting to do his thing, as he says, play his game.
Play my game.
Yeah.
And the smile that
yeah.
he gave after
oh, yeah,
that answer.
exactly. That's his line.
Yeah.
And so I think Jordan, he's secure. He got the money coming down starting next season for 4 years. So you're seeing a guy, though, that I thought one of the most impressive things that he did this week was against the game, in the game against the Hornets. Mm-hmm. When he drove into the paint in the last couple of minutes, and he could have taken a shot, but no, he flicked the pass over to Jonathan Kuminga, who dunked it.
Yeah.
And that was a huge play of the game, because Jordan sometimes can go in the traffic and get in trouble and turnover. No, he found he's a really good passer. He doesn't always want to, but he's really good when he does it. And that was a play that told me, okay, he is actually looking out for not just what he can do, play his game, but part of his game is being able to find guys who are cutting to the rim like that. He does it a lot, and to see it in that instance in the fourth quarter, to see those two guys come to the rescue of the Warriors when Klay didn't have it going, and Steph and Wiggs are on the bench. To see Jordan and J.K. close a game 2 nights ago, or 3 nights ago now, I think the Warriors fan, if you're a Warriors fan, you got to love that. And then tonight to see Jordan come back and go 41 when they really needed somebody to kind of take that lead, and he did that. Impressive stuff.
It's exciting to think what else could be coming for Jordan. I mean, Steve Kerr said so excited for Jordan because he has another level he can reach. All right, we need to hear from Klay Thompson in this one as the Warriors have their first 4-game win streak of the season.
First of all, congratulations on the win. And
thank you.
Well, I was going to ask about if you ever make different kinds of paper airplanes besides or you always just make the standard one.
I'm pretty basic. I only have one.
Now for the question.
It's just an F-16. It's a beast.
When you guys are able to win a game like this, is it kind of crazy to think that you guys could score 40 and a quarter and then give up 40 points and still come back and find a way to win?
Yeah, well, that's not ideal, but even what happened Wednesday night, it was just scrappy. Even the night before, shots weren't going in, and tonight we shot the ball very well. Gave it too many old boards, but I mean, our other guys played insanely well, like Donte, 4 steals. JK's defensive pressure was incredible, and Draymond on that side of the ball too was great. So this is a group effort, man, and everyone did their part. It was a lot of fun.
You and Jordan combined for 72 points. Just what have you thought about the way that you guys are able to play off of each other?
I think we kind of built that chemistry last year, so it's paying dividends this year. And JP is such an amazing shot creator as well as a playmaker, and it's easy to play off him when he puts so much pressure on the defense. And I think we have a good synergy between us. Hopefully we can keep this going even when we get to full strength. I mean, we'll be in that second unit a lot together, so it's been great. Call each other 311 like the band.
What's Dante's defense lately kind of done for you?
Donte has allowed me to rest on that side of the ball at times because he I mean, you saw that defense, that Jay Wright defense. I know he was watching somewhere proud, and it's not easy to take the ball from Damian Lillard, and he did that and then hit a huge shot. I mean, just a two-way player, and that's why we brought him on board. So I'm very proud of Donte for sticking with it, and he has so much great basketball ahead of him.
Paper plane game for Klay Thompson. That means he is happy. Now, there is one more player that we need to spotlight when Dubs Talk Live, brought to you by Fit Aid, returns. You know who it is. It's Donte DiVincenzo. We're going to talk about him coming up next, and we'll share our favorite moments from 2022.
Ooh, boy.
Stick around.
Dubs Talk Live is presented by Fit Aid, the #1 post-workout recovery drink in America. Try now and visit drinkfitaid.com.
Hey everybody, everybody. Thank you for tuning in on
What?
YouTube Live. No practice. We just got the word. We're off, buddy. We're off. Good. All right, let's say hello to Catherine,
I might be
to
able to get
Neil,
2 days in a row off.
to Shannon, to
I didn't
Judy
count
Ann,
on
to
that.
Catherine. Me neither. I want some days off.
Oh,
No, it's going
I'm
to be
loving
raining, but
that.
that's okay.
No.
Listen, you are so happy right now.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I said they're going to practice one of these days, so I'll be prepared. I don't know
Yeah.
which one, tomorrow or Sunday.
Yeah. No. This is what a winning team, everybody wins when the Warriors do well. So.
okay.
All right, I'm seeing some great comments about Donte DiVincenzo. We will make sure we talk about him in the next block, but let's get to what George said. Donte D continues to make winning plays, a huge bonus, big rebound, big steals. He had 4 steals in this game.
Yeah.
He
Coulda
came
had
up
5.
in all of the ways. Somebody wanted to celebrate Ty Jerome's half-court buzzer beater.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
that
huge.
that was a lot of fun. I don't know that we'll get to that on the show, but I'm glad we could get to it right now. Man, we got somebody saying they're drunk on this win in the comments. That's a lot of fun. Drunk with happiness, that is.
Good for them, man.
Somebody's already ringing in the new year.
Well, you know, when coming off that road trip, hey, you're taking this stuff, man.
Yes,
You're like,
yes.
okay, you can breathe again,
Yeah.
because that road trip was rough and they got blown out a couple times, and it's just you come home and you win one game,
Yeah.
and you win another, and then another, and the first time this year
Okay.
they've won every game they played in a week.
That's a big deal.
Every game they played this week, they won. So
Okay, I almost asked Draymond, would you make a deal with the basketball gods to play every game for the rest of the season at Chase Center if it meant you had to play every game next season on the road? Do you think is that a playful question?
Yeah,
Do you think
that's
I
a
could
play-
ask
yeah.
them? Okay,
Yeah, I can see
I'll
Draymond
put
going,
that in my pocket for next year. Okay, I'll ask somebody that
I
question.
mean, like,
All right, we'll be right back. I almost asked him, but I was like, Hey everybody, welcome back to Dub Talk Live, brought to you by Fit Aid. Now, I'm going to read a stat line to you,
okay. Okay.
I think I gave you a hint, but let's just pretend you
Okay.
didn't know this.
Well,
Okay.
surprise me.
Okay, hang on, where did it go? Okay, 9 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. Who's that sound like to you?
It sounds like Draymond Green,
Yes, it does, but
but it's not Draymond Green. It's Donte DiVincenzo, who has some Draymond qualities on defense. He makes things happen on defense. I mean, again, I always like to say Gary Payton II is a whole different category for that, but Donte is out there doing good things on defense and creating things that turn defense into offense. And tonight, he's, as a rebounding guard, he's tremendous. I mean, you just don't see too many guards in this league grab as many rebounds as he does in traffic at times.
Yeah.
And he'll go in there among guys that are 4 and 5 inches taller, and because he got great hops, he can go down and get the ball and come back down with the ball. So watching him tonight is not unusual based on what he's been doing lately. He's been so good lately in terms of his shot's not always there, but every other element of his game is there. And tonight, his shot wasn't there until it needed to be there.
yes, the dagger 3, his first one of the game that
Yeah.
really sealed this one. I was also struck by Donte saying at game's end, he wanted to guard Dame. Okay,
Yeah.
we know Dame is lethal. You have to have somebody on him, or Dame will come up with the Dame time moments. And the Warriors went 16-2 in those final minutes
Yeah.
to put the Blazers away.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
you have to do. I mean, it's really about luck. I mean, Simon's got some going for a while there. He made some
Yeah.
big shots
Yeah.
that kind of helped the Blazers kind of take that lead. But when the Warriors locked down, it's like, where was this?
Yeah.
And it was the same thing 2 nights ago against Utah. It's like, wait a minute. They held these guys to 13 points in the fourth quarter after giving up, 100 points in the first quarter almost. So
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah, and the Warriors still can add Andrew Wiggins. That's a defensive force. Steph Curry, better now as a two-way player.
Yes,
That's right. So there's
yes.
still more pieces to add as the defense looks great. Hey, you mentioned GP2. It was awesome to see him get his championship ring tonight.
yeah.
And it sort of segues nicely into some of our best moments of 2022 because the Warriors have a lot to celebrate. I think we should start with some video of one of GP2's dunks, one of his most savage dunks of the season. Can you roll the tape, my friends? This happened in the Indiana game. Here he comes. A stare down and a head scratch. Oh, that is cool. Oh, man. What were you thinking when you watched this?
I think GP is like, dude, what are you doing?
Can't stop me. And then, yeah, okay. If you can make Steph shimmy, I think that's an all-time type of moment right there. One more look at the hops right there.
I think poor Batase was unhappy.
Oh, Goga was, yeah, I thought there might have been a confrontation there. Holy smokes. There were some championship moments, too.
Yeah.
And what was your first one?
You know, the Warriors going to Boston, and they're down 2-1. And you're thinking, okay, this series could get ugly. And nobody else had it going in Game 4 in Boston except number 30. And you watched the way Steph played that game. There was a certain amount of vengeance in his heart there.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to let us lose.
No.
And it's funny that even after the game, guys were saying, Steph carried us, Steph carried us, Steph carried us. One after another, the guys said the same thing because that's what happened that night. There wasn't much going on except for number 30, and number 30 was so good, he torched every defender he saw. 43 points. And so it's one of those games that turned the series. The Warriors never lost again.
That was the game to me, and of course we had to see the series finish, but I was thinking this is his MVP, finals MVP.
Oh, yeah.
He lost.
Statement.
This is him putting the team on his back. So with that in mind, Curry had some moments that were absolutely legendary in the championship series. So in the finals, I picked one of the best moments of 2022 to be Curry's night-night celebration. He knows it's over. Bedtime, boys. And that right there, night-night, became a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
Okay, you saw kids all over the world doing this thing. It was the celebration, and it belongs to Steph Curry.
It speaks to the power of Steph and the appeal of Steph, you know. People love that dude, and kids love him, and they see something like that, it's something that's easy to mimic.
It is,
you know?
it's wholesome,
yeah,
right?
It's easy
And
to mimic.
that matches Steph.
It's harmless, yeah. I mean, and I've seen players in the other professional sports do it. You know, football players do it.
Soccer
you know?
players,
Yeah, so
all the
it is
stuff
one of
around
those
the world.
things, it's one of those things that people, it's playful, but it makes a point.
Yeah. Okay, I think we have even more stuff, do we?
Well, yeah. Game 6 in Boston, you know, the clinching game. And I just think that, you know, when you look at what Steph's journey was the past couple years, you know, breaking the all-time three-point record, you know, some stuff going on off the court that he was dealing with, and he's still keeping himself together. The Warriors didn't make the playoffs the year before, you know, and that falls on him in some ways because people look at him and say, see, he couldn't do it. And it's unfair, but it happened. So for him, when he broke down in Game 6 and really literally in tears.
Yes.
You know, I mean, the emotional catharsis there was just so riveting. You could not watch. You had to watch that because you can see how much it meant to him. And I know I'm a sucker for when I can see how much something means to somebody.
Of course.
You know, you can see the intensity there, and you can just tell that this meant the world to him to finish this series off. He knew he was going to get the MVP award, but just to finish the series off after the last 2 seasons and not getting to the playoffs. So I just thought when you see a guy in front of the world just break down and say, thank goodness that we got it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's wonderful to watch.
That was a moment to me that reminded me how difficult it is to win a championship. Even when you have a dynasty, it is tough because the Warriors trailed in the finals twice. Remember, the Celtics won the first game, Warriors knotted it up. Then they were up 2-1. So that's twice you have to come back. They sealed it with 3 straight wins. But Steph is the face of this franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that this franchise has done over the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years, including this arena being built, Steph has had a hand in all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, put it this way, where would this thing be without him if he weren't here?
I can't even think about
You don't want to either, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Finally, guys, one of the best moments of 2022 was Klay Day. Okay, it was January 9th. Klay Thompson back after 941 days away from action. And specifically for me, it was this dunk right here. And when he landed off balance, I was like, oh, no. But he was fine. And thank goodness that Klay got to come back like this.
Well, you know, think about it, and to see a guy dunk, see Klay dunk, and he almost never dunks before he had the injuries.
Right.
He rarely dunked. So see him dunk, it was like him saying, I'm back. You know, I'm not just
With
like
an
ready to play.
exclamation
Yeah, I'm not
point.
ready to play. I'm good, you know. And so I think that was the highlight of that sellout crowd that night. I mean, between that and, of course, just the introduction of Klay being taken to court that night, it was a night that all 18,000 people that were there will not forget because of what it meant before the game, the build-up, and then during the game, Klay's performance and the Warriors winning.
I love how Klay talks with his whole heart about being able to win a championship in that season when he came back. Everybody thrilled for Klay. All right, so we've talked about 2022. What will 2023 be like for the Warriors? We'll take a quick stab at it when Dubs Talk Live, brought to you by Fit Aid, returns.
Dubs Talk Live is presented by Fit Aid, the #1 post-workout recovery drink in America. Try now and visit drinkfitaid.com.
You're so excited for what?
Saturday and Sunday off.
Oh, okay. Listen,
I don't care. I mean, just 2 days off in a row.
we don't get 2 days off in a row very often, because even days off or practice days. Yeah. Look how happy.
Whoa. My mind's going, what am I going to do?
What are you going to do with all your time?
Yeah, well, I know it's going to do tomorrow. Just
Okay.
a group of friends going to get together. But
That's really nice.
Now Sunday, I can,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's beautiful when you get more time when you thought, okay.
Yeah. I got a piece of, I got a rib roast in the fridge.
Okay, thank you.
Salted up, ready to go on Sunday. Sounds good. That's right. So,
Oh, we have less than a minute. Well, we needed to get to our best
Oh,
of.
yeah.
I just want to say, I think I calculated the Warriors need to go 31-14 to finish with 50 wins. Because they're 19-19. Yeah. Okay. So listen, I know things are going really well right now.
Yeah.
Can they keep up this pace? I don't know. They should feel encouraged.
They could, yeah.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
homestand, they can win all 8 games.
Okay. Everybody's telling us to enjoy our days off. Thank you so much.
I mean, it's like, whoa, man. Like, okay, this is cool.
Gosh.
Thanks, Raymond.
Francis wants to know, are they ready to compete on the road? I think a string of wins like this helps them.
Yeah, and also Wiggins will be back at some point in the next game or two.
Yeah.
Sometime next week he'll be back, and so that'll help them too. So they'll figure out a way. I mean, they're not going to be as bad as they were last time, or the first one they won the road trip when they lost all 5 games. They're not going to be that, but I think this team will find a way to start putting it together on the road. They won't be the team that they had years ago when they would go on the road and just terrorize teams.
Yeah.
But they're good enough to start putting things together. When they finish at home, you can finish on the road.
Yeah, I think so too. Welcome back to Dubs Talk Live, presented by Fit Aid. Here's a look at the next 2 weeks. We know the Warriors are halfway through their 8-game homestand. They are 4-0. What will 2023 be like? Monte, I took a look at this, and in order for the Warriors to finish with 50 wins, they have to finish 31-14. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, really tough.
Yes.
I mean, the Celtics had a great finish last season. So it's possible it can be done, but I think it's a long shot. I'm not going to bet for that. I'm going to bet against that.
Okay, but still, it's okay. That's
Finish in the
realistic.
top 6, though.
The
That's all you
Warriors
need.
are on a win streak right now.
If they get to the postseason,
Yeah.
and they're
Who knows what'll
healthy,
happen?
look out.
Experience the dynasty. Thanks for joining us. All right, somebody says, Asher says, Kerith, Iguodala isn't injured, he's pensive. That is an interesting observation, but it is incorrect, sir. Listen, and listen, I'm hearing from a lot of fans that are frustrated about Andre and like, why is he on the roster? If he just wanted to be a coach, why wasn't he a coach? Andre let us know last season that he had a bulging disc, he had nerve damage, he had a hip problem, I think he had a knee, okay? At age 38.
His knee is always going to be been an issue.
Yeah,
That's a chronic
been
thing.
swelling for years.
Yeah.
He does have truly, guys, truly a lot of injury management things to do.
Yeah. I mean, I talked to Andre over the summer in Tahoe, and I asked him. I said, "Are you going to be like Udonis Haslem for the Heat, where one of those guys?" He said, "No. He said, "UD is different, man. He comes in at 6 in the morning and he works out. He goes, he's ready to play every night. He goes, his body's different than mine. He goes, I'm not able to do that, but I do expect to play.
Yes.
And so at some point this season, and again, he's going to play, because if he doesn't play during the regular season, he's not going to help much in the postseason.
Yeah.
There's too much rust.
Well, and I don't think the Warriors would have ever offered him this roster spot if he was not going to play
Right.
games. I think they would have come to an agreement where he could have been a special advisor or something like that. They expect Andre to play this season.
Yes.
And Andre wants to go out like that, too.
Yes, yes.
You know, there's some pride in this, too, but he's got to get his body ready.
Yeah, he's not going to play until he's ready, until he feels he can actually be a positive influence on the court, not just in the locker room, on the court. And right now, he's not there yet, but, you know, I think it'll surprise us one day, whether it be a week from now or a month from now. You know, it's going to surprise us one day, and he'll be ready to play. The question is whether he'll play before Gary Payton II will for the Trailblazers, because GP2 hasn't played a game yet this season.
I know.
He and Otto Porter Jr., man, we haven't seen him.
I know that these were guys who helped the Warriors win a championship,
Yes.
but thinking back, like, oh, I wish the team had him this year. Well,
Yeah, it'd be nice if they had re-signed him, they wouldn't really have him.
yeah.
You know, and so it's good to see guys go out and get their money, you know, both GP and Otto. But when you look at a guy like Andre, you knew the deal coming in that he wasn't going to play the full schedule. He was going to play maybe once or twice a week. And now you're thinking he might play once or twice a week beginning sometime in January, maybe.
Yeah.
We don't know, but we'll find out. But at this point, you don't rush this because the potential reward is worth waiting for.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And guys, on that note, we're going to go start our time off. Happy
Yes.
New Year, everybody. We really want to thank you for watching and tuning in, whether it's on
Thank
the TV
you.
show or the podcast. We appreciate you so much. Have a great
Have a great,
Happy-
great 2023.
Happy New Year, friends.